It's interesting. It's interesting.
Welcome back to the Void. This is not how I wanted to start my 2025. Let me tell you that right now. Here's the tweet. My new Donald Trump official meme is here. It's time to celebrate everything we stand for. Winning. Join my very special Trump community. Get your Trump now.
Yeah, and of course his meme coin is called Trump because what else would it be called? Come on now. You already know.
Go to gettrumpmemes.com.
Gettrumpmemes.com. There is no way that he's the one who's posting this tweet on Twitter. It's a social media coordinator or something along those lines, or like a manager who's just posting this stuff. There's no way that this is actually what's in his mind. There's just no way.
When you go there, you join the Trump.
Oh my god, look at that. Yeah, but you're not that slim. You're fat, Donald Trump. I'm sorry, but you're fat. You're overweight. You don't look like that. That's somebody else's body that your head has been photoshopped on. Stop it.
Meme, which is buying something.
Look at this. That guy has like no. You take a look at the image on the top right. That guy is like Michael from like GTA 5. Like that guy has like no belly. Like that's not how that works, man.
And hoping it goes up in value. Currently, that stands at a $13 billion market cap because nothing matters, which you know is great. I think that's cool. I think that's awesome. In addition, $12 million has been made in fees already.
Man, that is crazy. $12 million. I mean, that kind of money is nothing for a Trump because, you know, he's a billionaire, right? But making 12 million, almost $13 million, if you take a look at it, 12 and a half, making that much money out of just fees, and like fee is just 10%. So you can kind of imagine how much money has been accumulated in this one, right? It's just so ginormous. It's just like at this point, it doesn't even matter, right?
Just on the trading volume.
I mean, that's crazy what kind of a time that we're living in as well, right? You just make a meme coin and you're well known, and then you just make $12 million, $12.5 million in just 24 hours from just fees. Just because.
Which is over $1 billion so far. And I think that's even better. I'm joking. I don't even know. I'm speechless, actually. I don't know.
$1 billion.
It's historic in its stupidity. It's historic in its grift. The level of scam here to use the days before your presidency, your inauguration, to use that as a hype project for the meme. Like, did this guy want to do the presidency the second time, or was this the meme coin hype plan? We're 2 days away. Okay, understand.
By the way, today the day that I'm recording this, the day of this live stream is 20th of January. It's Monday, so he actually already had his inauguration when I'm reacting to this video. So I'm kind of late to this video, but it kind of shows you like just 2 days until his inauguration, he's just like out here doing this stuff, which is crazy. With no other president in the world, right? In the free world, Macron, anybody else, like nobody in the free world ever like has a personality like this. This is just like some next level cult personality. It's crazy.
We are 2 days away from an inauguration. I mean, should he be writing a speech?
No. See, that's the thing that you don't understand. He's not. He's just a general. He's just like Senator Armstrong from Metal Gear Solid: Revengeance. He doesn't write his speeches. If you think that Trump writes his speeches, bless your soul, but you're very gullible. There's like an entire media team and like writer team behind him that's like writes his speeches for him. No politician ever on planet Earth, maybe like 200 years ago, but in today's day and age, nobody writes their speeches. That doesn't happen.
He's launching a meme coin. Okay, that's the start of it. That's the start of the grift. then you have to understand that the Trump meme coin, which has no value, no intrinsic value.
I mean, technically speaking, no crypto coin ever has intrinsic value. But at the same time, then I guess like this is a little bit LARPing. It's kind of a invalid point, but also valid to some extent. But you can also extend the same logic to real life stuff, where it's like, oh, gold and diamond doesn't really have intrinsic value when you think about it. It's just that we humans put value on top of those commodities because they're scarce. So we just like say, yeah, these have value. Meanwhile, some distant alien civilization that's like 2,000 light years away on some different planet might just look at gold and be like, yeah, this has no value in our culture, right? Because it's completely different stuff. It's a completely different way of thinking. But I do understand what CoffeeZilla is trying to say right here.
80% is owned by the Trump camp.
Of course.
80%.
Of course, they all allegedly, I don't know, I have no idea. I'm just making random guesswork here. Don't come after me. I'm just some random guy on the internet. I wouldn't know. But it's like, of course they do. Almost every single crypto coin or like meme coin or like shit coin that like ever gets released, insiders always purchase first, and they own the largest portion of it, of course.
Only 20% goes to the public. 10% went to the liquidity pool, and 10% went to the public allocation. Here's the rest of it. This is their website, gettrumpmemes.com. And yes, I've thought at first this was a hack. I was like, there's no way this could be true. They also have a, Donald Trump Truth Social post about it. Phantom Wallet has, verified it. I hope to everything that I will wake up and find I've been deepfaked. Let me just say that for the record. If this is wrong, and this is just sort of an initial reaction thing, I will do a follow-up if there's more details that come out. I mean, it seems like a straightforward grift to me. But I hope that I'm wrong. But at least at first glance, it appears to be what it looks like, which is a former president about to be president using the hype of their campaign to launch. I mean, it's so insane.
I mean, of course. I mean, like, yes, it is insane because it's insane. The reason why it's insane because nobody has ever seen or witnessed something like this. But when you think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense. Because if you're the president and if you want whatever thing that you're putting out there to be very successful, you can just use your name. It's great marketing for that matter, especially someone for like Trump, if you think about it, right?
I mean, it's funny and
it's just free real estate at that point. Like, you can't really blame him for using his like publicity, for using his fame and whatever,
But it's also gross in how cynical it really is. I mean, you have to understand, most of the people who actually buy this, like sincerely buy this, are like diehard DGen crypto heads who might make some money because they spend all day on Dex Screener looking for coins, and they caught this at 100K.
And drinking Monster Energy 24/7, and they're hard to the body to give out, and they don't even sleep. We know.
Or they caught this at 10 million, and now it's 13 billion. Right? They're gonna make money. Most people who this is actually targeted at, which is normies, who go, what's a Solana? What?
No. See, look at this. My mom and my dad are both in meme coin or like shitcoin space. What I mean by that is that they're normies who are like thinking to themselves that they're gonna buy this stuff and they're gonna get rich off it. Now, I'm not saying that they won't, but I'm also not saying that they 100% will. So I remember yesterday morning, my dad had a notification pop up on his phone from Binance, and he was like, hey, there's this Trump coin stuff, and I had to tell him and I had to explain it to him. Let's not touch it for now. Let's not, take a look at this for now. Let's put it aside and let's see how it goes first, right? We don't want to get, I don't want to say it here because I don't want to get sued. I don't want this video to get taken down. But you know what I mean. Let's not touch it now. Let's be safe for now. I had to directly tell my mom and dad, hey, let's not touch this right now. Because they have no idea, right? They just see the name Trump. They see Solana or whatever it is. And they're like, oh my God, this is going to make a lot of money. I have to go and tell them, no, we don't touch this stuff.
I just learned about what Bitcoin was. What's a smart contract? Can I buy it with a credit card? Like the people buying this with a credit card? Roasted, dude. Game over.
Gone.
Obliterated.
Gone.
You're
You're never
gone.
paying
You're
it back.
done. You're never gonna.
The moment that you do that with your credit card, you will essentially spiral into what was his name? God damn it, I forgot. You will spiral into what Sam Hyde calls cred maxing strategy, which is that you just keep opening up new credit cards to pay the previous credit card's debt. So it's just called cred maxing. So that's what happens to you, right? If you buy a shitcoin or a meme coin and you get rug pulled with your credit card, the only out is either you go for bankruptcy or you will spiral into cred maxing. It's one or the two. There's no other way to save your skin, essentially, at that point.
And then, by the way, of course, the third group, besides the snipers, the people, the degens who are looking for this, who are going to make money, the public's going to get wrecked, and then the other people are going to make money, as obviously the people who are going to make the most money are the insiders. Number one, the part of the Trump camp that knew this was coming out, knew the contract address, who got it right when it launched, right? Obviously. The other people who are going to make money are the insiders who are going to get the rest of this 80%. So basically, Trump launched this through CIC Digital, who I think he launched his other NFTs with. According to this article by ABC, CIC Digital is fully owned by the Donald Trump Revocable Trust. So
Of course. And I like the name Revocable Trust. That really, puts confidence in people's hearts and minds. Oh, this is related to Donald Trump, but then at the end, a revocable trust. That wording right there, revocable, is really reassuring as an investor, or, you're a public investor. You take a look at this and you're like, oh, revocable trust, how reassuring. I definitely have to buy into this.
It's kind of unclear exactly, like, is he getting paid a licensing deal for this? Is he just...
Most likely, I would assume so.
It's not that clear. But let's just break down, because I think that's kind of intentional that it's not that clear. Here's the creators, here's the allocation. So there's 6 groups who are getting the rest of the 80%, and they're all labeled very obscurely. Like, it's just, creators in CIC Digital 1, CIC Digital 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's it.
It's just all under one common name to not break confidentiality and keep people anonymous so they don't get, flagged for this. So, some random billionaire guy doesn't get, roasted on Twitter for doing stuff like this, So you got to keep them anonymous. This is, natural from their perspective, if that makes sense.
That's all the description we get, at least on this page. And you can see that they're not locked up at the start. They have a 3 to 12 month lockup duration, depending on the group. And basically, they unlock over 24 months. That's the punchline. So over 3 years, all of this will be unlocked. This token will be diluted by the rest of that 80%. What I think is so cynical about this is that it's going to fully vest.
Right, so if I understand this correctly, and you can correct me in the comment section, but from what I'm understanding is that what I'm getting it from this is that they're essentially making money and slowly they're selling it from a higher price to the public, and they're making their money and getting out. Got it.
During the presidency. So it's like there's no way that they're not going to get millions of dollars out of this.
Of course.
They're going to extract so much value from the
Trump
base and degens, of course. But it's insane. It's like going to be the historic grift. I honestly can't believe it. I'm like waiting for someone. Is somebody going to stop this? Like, is this allowed? But yeah, no, it's insane. I mean, how could this not, like, how do you expect people to lose interest in a coin when the guy is running the free world? And that's not an endorsement because...
What did I say at the beginning of this reaction? President of the free world. President of, like, the NATO, president of the free world, president of the Western values and everything, whatever, blah, 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 term after term after term. What is he doing? he's using his fame and publicity to launch a meme coin. And can you really blame him for taking advantage of that publicity and fame? Not really. Player's gonna play. Player's gonna play. It's just what it is. If it was not Donald Trump, it would have been another president in the future, most likely.
The coin is going to be sold by insiders. But it's like, I saw a tweet that I was just like, yes. Somebody goes, crime is legal. And that's how I kind of felt.
And the guy, and look at this.
Somebody goes,
Guy has a Doge profile picture. Of course he does have that. It makes perfect sense. Crime is illegal. If president is doing, we can all do it.
crime is legal. And that's how I kind of felt about that. I was like, that's how it feels right now. To say it's a conflict of interest is like, insulting all the people who've had conflicts of interest before. It's so crazy to use the presidency in this manner to pump a meme coin to enrich yourself, insiders, and basically everyone but your standard base, right? Because the standard Trump guy and girl, they aren't like crypto people.
No, they're not.
A little bit like a part.
They're not. They're not. Average Trump supporter, I highly doubt that they're actually well versed in cryptocurrencies or whatever, if you think about it, right? And it's not just for Trump's base, it's probably every single other voter base in any other country in the world. Most people around the world, this is not specific to Trump's base, but most people around the world, like normies, normal people, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and blockchain, all of this stuff are just buzzwords to them. They don't really mean anything. They're just fancy words used for technology stuff, thingy, that's like vague up in the air, doesn't really mean anything for normal people, right? So I highly doubt that Trump's base actually really knows anything about this.
Base has become crypto people because of this new crypto turnaround he's done in the last few years. But besides those people who've already gotten the coin, before you watch this thing, they already got the coin. It's a disaster. It's a disaster for most of his supporters. And that's what is like the grossest part of this whole thing is like, you're not only doing the world dirty, your own fans are gonna get wrecked on this. Look, obviously the website gives the old boilerplate, like we make no promises the Trump meme will increase in value or maintain the same value.
You have to put this in the fine print, otherwise you'll put yourself in trouble. You have to make it look, you have to tell people and essentially declare to everyone that there is no guarantee, and at the end this is just investing at the end, right? You have to make that clear, otherwise you'll put yourself in trouble. Legal trouble, perhaps.
The amount you paid to purchase same. So misspelled that. Nice. This totally wasn't thrown together last minute, guys. Last minute to take advantage of this incoming inauguration of the president of the free world. The Trump meme website states that it is not political and has nothing to do with any political campaign or political office or government agency.
How is that even possible? I mean, I can understand that it has nothing to do with any governmental agency because whatever, right? This has nothing to do with, like, for example, Department of Defense of America. I would like just no, right? But if you think about it, how is this like not political? Because Donald Trump, as a political person, he is releasing a meme coin called Trump coin, right? Or like Trump in a short. And he is like all over the marketing. His face is all over the marketing. At the start of the video, we saw it anyway. He was like fist bump in the air. How is this not political? How can this be not political, if that makes sense, right? That's the question to ask.
See. Honestly, I think they're gonna backtrack on this one. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, there's no way they fully embrace this. It's too insane. They're gonna pretend that they weren't like behind this. They're gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do. Actually, I don't know. Every time I think it's like it's gone too far, it's like. It's so insane because Trump was like, doing this whole crypto thing. I know people are going to say, oh, he's been in crypto for a little bit. He was still pretending to be like on the sort of like, oh, we're trying to be utility side of things. He was doing like NFTs for the art,
Yeah, all of that stuff. He released NFTs, and then he released a shoe. He released what else he released? He released NFT, he released shoes, he released some other couple more stuff I can't remember that he sold, right? In fact, the most memorable was, if I'm not mistaken, was the shoes, which became a comedy skit. And Shane Gillis was not impersonating, but was playing Trump as an act in that skit. And like the whole thing about the shoes was that it just makes you feel as confident as a Trump who's a billionaire and all of that stuff, right? You already know.
You remember the AI generated, or it looks like AI generated thing where Trump's like ripped and like in the Superman outfit?
Yeah. Which is just, no, you're fat. We know. You eat McDonald's all day long. You're fat, bro. Oh no.
And he did the World Liberty Financial where they were going to do a fork of Aave. They were just at least saying that it was going to have utility, even if there wasn't any. What I find interesting about this is like, it's just, you can't even pretend that this is doing something. The distribution also, you have to understand, guys. I know some of you who watch this maybe aren't crypto people. This distribution is like insane. The crypto people are going to get behind this because they're sycophants who want to suck up so that the government is going to help them, because they've been like kicked by the government for a while. So they're just going to suck up to power because they need regulators to be on their side. So you'll see a lot of crypto people be like, oh, 80%, that's fine. That's not normal. It's not. Maybe for like a layer 1 token where there's going to be like a ton of development work, then monetizing the back end supports development work for years to come. This is a meme coin. There's no development work to be done after this. It's done. They're just rent seeking 80% of the value of this thing.
80% is crazy, by the way.
It's a zero-sum game. So think about it. It's a
80% is a lot.
Where the last person holding the dollar loses, and they're taking 80% of the value. Need I say more? For no reason. For no reason. There's not a justification like, hey guys, we're going to like develop it for years. No. They're not even pretending to have it.
It's just a meme coin. It's just a meme coin. It's just another meme coin.
They were pretending. They had like
there's just Trump's name slapped on top of it. It's that simple.
We're going to develop this for years to come. Just kidding.
Hey, look.
On Solana.
Yeah, that's another thing. They launched it on Solana. That's another thing, right? So it's like you already launched it on that stuff. So it's like just another meme coin. I'm telling you.
All right. Well, look.
Hey, maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe it'll skyrocket. Who knows?
I'll probably follow up about this later.
This. I mean, we say this every single time that this year is going to be a long year. Whenever we start a new year. But this is going to be a long year. It's going to be an interesting year. 2025 is going to be interesting if we're starting it like this.
For a lot of reasons. But, what a start to the year. I don't know, man. Can we just reset this?
No. We're not that lucky, brother.
Insane. Like I said, I hope it turns out I'm wrong. But I don't think I am. My final question, which I just don't have answered, is just who these groups are, the creators.
Yeah, it's very ambiguous, right?
To guess, the guys who are going to unlock first, which means after 3 months, are going to be the Trump like the closest inner circle.
Inner circle,
and then
yeah.
everyone will unlock after that. You can expect that the price of Trump coin is going to catastrophically fall once that unlock starts to happen. All right, that's basically it.